low. I'm not ready for the wild thing. Staring in the mirror, and what do I see? Drops and drops of sweat pouring down.
Trying to find a way to have you open your heart. You don't know what song to do.
If you feel like you wanna scream, if that's your way of letting out steam, then scream on. Scream on. If you wanna say something to say, and talking is the only way, rap on. Rap on.
This blunt is brought to you by 40 Acres in Berkeley, California. We'd like to say thank you for this dummy blunt.
Who wants to smoke a dummy? Who wants to smoke a dummy?
Nigga, I do.
Me too.
And I want to make a video. You ready?
Almost, hold on.
Almost, hold on, YouTube.
I'm ready.
Let's make a motherfucking video. It's your nigga Uptown Jackson.
It's your nigga Ice City. 510.
And we're fucking back again. We keep making videos because Smack keeps dropping battles.
Smack. He's a cool nigga.
So today we are going to talk about
K-Shine versus Mr. Wavy. But before we do, I want to wish everybody out there happy 420. This is probably going to come out on 421.
maybe 422.
Maybe even 422. But right now, today is 420. So smoke the weed. If you've seen this, go back in time and smoke weed right now. Make it 420. But K-Shine versus Mr. Wavy. Another good. I want to say this rookie versus best card has been pretty nice. I've been liking what I've been hearing and also seeing from both sides.
This was actually the closest and hardest to judge of the battles. With the exception of maybe Verb and Bridge Rothstein, that battle was pretty close. But I think this one was closer.
It was pretty close. So, if you watch the studio part, remember Mr. Wavy said he's setting off. He's setting it off. He don't give a fuck. All his things he done had with bodies. So,
he went first, just like he said he would.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did his cool little shit, but he had his performance was very
Polished.
Yeah, and demanding. You know what I'm saying? It was very polished. Exactly. Nice, perfect word.
Of all of the rookies so far, he seemed the most comfortable on the stage.
Yeah.
And he didn't take time to warm up like Saga. He definitely didn't throw up like motherfucking Chess.
But he did say a whole lot. I'm not even getting started through his first round, which kind of fucked him up. You know what
How can he say that when Tay-Rock will say that's like 50 times? That's all he was doing.
But that's what he said. That's his slogan. That's like.
Well, I think that's his slogan.
If his slogan
he said it 100 times.
If his slogan is "I ain't even getting started yet," then hey, nigga, you got a new thing going. But I was just thinking that nigga was saying I'm not even getting started. But his first round, like he this is the thing about him. He don't have quotable bars. He has quotables, but they're not like, you know, it's like a word, it's like 2-word quote, you know, it's like a bar quote. You know what I'm saying? He has a bar quote. You know, it's not nothing too fucking crazy. And he even said that. It's not nothing too crazy. You don't got to dumb it down. It should be straight to the fucking point. So that's how Mr. Wavy was. Like one of his first little start off lines was, you know what I'm saying, shine faith. Then I call them rhinestones. And then fucking really like his whole thing is really what he got started is when he did that fucking shotgun in the pants leg. I walk like a zombie with it. Like
That shit was fucking hot.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. His death looking like Illuminati did it. Rides be tinted. I'm hitting any nigga who don't mind their business. Shotgun in the pants leg. I'm walking like a zombie with it. All my animals come alive. This a Jumanji visit.
All you motherfucking rappers, that shit was hot. Like that really fucking scored a lot of points. Yo, the delivery was dope. You fucking had it, and then he brought it back with it. And I bring all my animals back to life like Jumanji. Like he had fucking haymakers, good setups, good follow-ups to the fucking haymakers.
it's just I felt like it took a little while for him to get to that point. To where it was just like, you know what I'm saying? He said some shit before in this round. I can't really. He said like a couple, one or two things, and it's like the crowd was reacting to it. They was really. It was like, it was light shit to me. You know what I'm saying? It was like if Tay-Rock was to say some light shit.
Stop spitting them whack ass bars that ain't hot on how you use your strap. Another dot reaching. Hey yo, Shine, I think they used to that. Guess who's back? Mr. Wavy, a different time zone. Personally, I feel Shine fake. That's rhinestones. They match me. They match me.
And the motherfuckers was just overhyping the shit. So I felt like he really warmed up when he said the zombie shit. And then he did follow up with the Jumanji shit. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, he had the Ratchet cooking in the kitchen. Who was Auntie? And I was like, I ain't even know about that bitch. This nigga showed me it. So, you know, Mr. Wavy had to go and he had a performance going in the first round. He had some bars going. And then he did the whole fucking, you the dot bitch of the group. Fucking
Animaniacs.
You know what I'm saying? That's an old ass cartoon. For those who don't know who the Animaniacs are, I don't know, I'm pretty sure Mr. Wavy only 21 or 22. Like, he really remembered the Animaniacs. But, and then I like that too, because he didn't have a whole bunch of dot name flips. That's the only one he did. Like, he didn't do a whole bunch of talking about Dot Mob. So, like, Mr. Wavy, that's Mr. Wavy first round. K-Shot. K-Shot came in. This is what I want to say about K-Shot. He pointed it out, but I heard it a lot. For one, nigga, you don't have to rap with all them goddamn chains on. That shit fuck up your microphone.
It's a little distracting.
Little, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not worried about the jewelry that you have on when you rapping. I know you from Harlem, you want to look fly. But nigga, you should take the fucking chains off. Two, you was rapping too goddamn fast.
Man, that just ruined. I can't stress that enough. Nigga, you was rapping like you was fucking your bitch and you wanted to come before Love and Hip Hop came on because you know she was gonna fucking stop you. You was.
Content's under pressure, I just might blow. Content's under pressure, I just might blow. I'm not ready for the wild thing. Content's under pressure, I just might blow.
You was rapping like, nigga, you was on your way to work and somebody was trying to talk to you as you were walking out the door. Nigga, you just rushed your shit. You were rapping like a goddamn rookie. You were rapping like you wanted to get the shit out before you fucked up.
Exactly. But you knew you had your shit down. You know what I'm saying? You had some shit in your first round. Your first round, you know, you had to fucking sing Before I Let It Go
Blackstreet.
Like you had that. That's the crowd was loving that. And the thing about that was he got the thing. That's what I was saying about the rookies and the fucking vets. K-Shine did that about like 8 bars in. You know what I'm saying? So he got the crowd with him, rocking with him early. Mr. Wavy had the crowd rocking with him early, but it was just really off his energy. It wasn't off of his bars. Not saying that bars is everything that's gonna win it. Sometimes a lot of times
I really wish I had the memory. I should have wrote the shit down like you do. But I'm pretty sure that fucking Mr. Wavy was cooking. Like I'm pretty sure like the shit he was saying early on was good. I just think that the crowd kept stopping him because they were surprised that he was good. He didn't really have any super duper haymakers, but the shit was solid.
Yeah, it was okay.
I don't think that the fucking Blackstreet shit from K-Shine was too much crazier than anything the nigga said.
But I got a bunch of lines that's wavy. This is the varsity stage, nigga. You barely cutting JV. I'm Solange to these rookies. See, now I kick that shit to JC. Well, this is what you like. Well, this is what you like, see? You get this fire from the takeoff. These rounds is like a track meet. Haven't seen before, I let you go. Clip full of Blackstreet. I get the thumbs up.
It wasn't as crazy as the zombie shit.
No, but I'm just talking about at that point in time, like, you know, like 30 seconds in or 45 seconds.
He knew when to give it to where it got a guy in DeMarco. And then fucking everybody, that's all I'm saying. Like, he just knew when to say it to get the crowd reaction to be on his side, to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that was nice.
I'm honestly surprised they understood half the shit the nigga was saying. Like, he was really rapping.
I had to watch the battle a couple of times, like, and then he had like a little scheme where he was talking about hair, and then he ended it with the fucking, with the trigger finger wave, and then he had the line about, I had a kid spaced out riding through your whip looking like Bobby's World or some shit like that. And then the fucking line that really did it for me in the first round with K-Shine is when he was like, the kickback on the fucking gun looked like you fucking shot me.
That was his zombie equivalent.
You know what I'm saying? So
that shit was fucking
that was about
clean.
That was as hot as the zombie shit.
This big can ain't Ajax. But get your mind clean. Little light shit. 2 hits. John B. I'm only 5'7". Weapon make me feel 9'3" because they kick back, make it look like he shot me. You never gonna get that
in there. And then he had he ended it with the fucking Nunu nail shit.
Yeah, y'all must have been drunk thinking this nigga was gonna beat me.
Exactly. And then the other line that he had really was I have wired from the whip, Kanye. I have his jaw wired from the whip. I'm a Kanye. Like K-Shine, to me the first round, I'm edging the K-Shine.
And I'm gonna see, I wanna give it to Wavy, like we were talking about it before. Man, I just couldn't get over K-Shine's delivery through this whole battle. I just and I know that he knows better. He didn't do it versus fucking DNA, and he didn't do it versus John Jonathan. So I know that he has the fucking stage presence. I know he knows how to fucking talk to the crowd and fucking slow it down and draw the shit out and then deliver a hit. So I'm gonna give this round just by a fucking hair to Mr. Wavy.
Then we go to the second round. So the second round started off. I really like Mr. Wavy for this shit that he said. The nigga said, I ain't battled in so long. The last time he was like, I grew a fucking beard. To me, that shit was hella funny because the last time he battled was against Prez Mafia at that little Born Legacy shit nigga, that was like damn near 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. That shit was hella long. So I was like, I really like his little start off like that. And then he fucking went into his second round was a strong round for Mr. Wavy. I also want to say that too. Like, if his first round would have been like his second round, I would have for sure gave him the first round. But he had the fucking shit where he went into this thing and he was like, silencer, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even gonna hear the shit. Silencer on the silencer.
I did those. My body count looked like a zip code that Clips Gold at 40 walked too loud. I had to switch those. Now it's just, y'all don't hear the shots. Cause the sound's about the size of a Swiss roll.
On the fucking gun, it looked like a Swiss roll. Like, that shit was fucking crazy. Cause I just think of the fucking No Country for Old Men when that nigga put that silencer on that shotgun. And that's exactly how them fucking bullets were sounding.
Oh yeah, he said the shit about the fucking shotgun and the hole in your chest like a fishbowl.
Then the nigga had a really good point where he did the everybody doing this whole reaching and slow it down
and dumb it down,
subtitles
over the head.
You know what I'm saying? And he said all that shit, and then he brought it all back.
My style straight to the point. You should learn the edge. Other rappers rather go dumb it down and go overheads, but I'm overfed with all of these battle terms. Like, why the fuck they even come around? See, everything's a reach or too complex or slow it down, subtitles, yet niggas is clones. I need to hold it down.
I don't just shoot overheads, I dumb it down. Now that's how he ended it, but he said some fly shit before that. So you gotta trust us on that one. It'll be there, cause I was hot.
Wait, hold up. I just thought of some shit. Let me switch these words around. See, K-Shine, you're moving too fast. You need to slow it down. This subtitle is a machine gun, but don't think of a corset when I waist around. Now that wasn't too complex, but once I reach for it, y'all gonna love this sound, cause I don't just go over heads. I like to dumb it down.
So you know what I'm saying? Mr. Wavy was cooking in the second round. He had a lot of schemes. Well, I don't say a lot of schemes, but he had angles that he was taking, and the motherfuckers was hitting with the bars that he had. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, he ain't battled in a long time, so he probably had like a little bit of random stuff that he been sitting on, and he just threw in there, and the shit was working for him.
And then he had the shit where he started clowning the nigga. Actually, he did have another dot mob angle, at least when he was talking about, because he was like, nigga, you gay, but somebody brought the basket to you, you bite ankles. Yeah, he did some shit about him biting ankles, and then the shit about you liking trannies, and it's like, you like them a little debatable. And then he did the whole, couple of the Mexicans, and he had his boys, and he was like, oh, you don't fight, you don't lie. Like, he had the nigga, like, even if K-Shine wasn't emotional about the shit, the way the nigga was doing it, you would think K-Shine looked emotional about the shit. Not saying that he was, but he fucking damn sure looked it.
So Mr. Wavy had that. I like the line that he said about Big T covered up Sean like he saw Devo coming, and then fucking he did the whole thing where he was like, I was getting information about this nigga, like, huh? And he said, he be fucking shredded. And I was like, bruh, that shit was hella funny to me. Damn, that shit was hella funny. And it was like, yeah, his clowning was on, like, he was on with that shit. He was.
Yeah, probably, like, the best way to fucking handle personals that you could have. So, you know, once again, Mr. Wavy came with a fucking hot ass round.
And then fucking K-Shine came in on his second round, like, you know what I'm saying? He said he had a cool little line about strong wind, so you ain't gonna never get this tidal wave. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple of wavy lines in there, but then he was like, he had a conversation with Ice, and this nigga wanted to bring back that old Sean, and that nigga started going into some shit where this nigga was just saying a whole bunch of shit, and he was like, I'm gonna have the cats lying together like Voltron, and
All right, I'm part with you, because lately I've been leading by bad example. I was giving y'all them slow rhymes. Y'all said I wasn't the same K. I said, first I ain't paying no mind, but then I got close with Ice. And I was like, hold on. I'm bugging the fuck out. I gotta get back to that old shine, that slide up like a dancer. How do you bro shine? That make them guns pop up, great that for the cold shine. Have them hanging off this hook, that's not a clothesline. Of all these cats lying together. Time to Voltron, holding them.
It was like, the nigga was just going on, like, even if he was rapping fast with that shit, that was the time for him to do it. Not the whole performance, but at that moment where he was doing that shit, that's when he could rap fast. And that the shit was working. You know what I'm saying? Similar to the DBT. And everything on this card is food, nigga. EBT. Like, the nigga was just going in right.
Go, nigga. It's time to vote, y'all. It's time to vote, y'all. Holding the 4 creep where you live, let it go on him. Open the door and heat up the crib like the stove on. I'm about to get this nigga lines longer than the DMV. A nigga with an attitude, clapping like Eazy-E. Still give a nigga that scoop quicker than TMZ. Everything on this card food, nigga. EBT, I gotta.
Yeah, that's the K-Shine I'm used to seeing. That's the K-Shine I wanted to see. It was a good K-Shine. His delivery was just, it would seem a little rushed at times.
So second round, once again, it's fucking close, but because of the clowning shit, like I kind of give it to fucking Mr. Wavy.
And then, yeah, still K-Shine, and he still had the line in there about the Young Thug taking the pops, Lil Wayne.
Oh my God, I love that shit.
Then he had giving them the Deuce, Richard Nixon.
Is this the round when he said to fucking hand out the shit like a car was childproof?
Yeah, like K-Shine had shit, you know.
Let me say, like, even when I disagree with him, with like Charlie Clips and Tay Rock, or when I disagree with people about fucking daylight battles, a lot of times I'm like, okay, you're just wrong, and you can't back up your point. Like in this battle, if you're like, oh yeah, K-Shine won, I'm not really gonna argue with you. You don't even have to argue your point. I could see your point. Like, but I know K-Shine could have done a little bit better.
Yes.
And I know Mr. Wavy did really good. Like, the nigga was really polished. Like, Mr. Wavy's timing and stage presence, I would have expected out of K-Shine. And vice versa. I would have expected Mr. Wavy to rap hella fast, like he's not trying to fuck up. So, like, it just kind of threw the whole battle for me, because I really stopped liking K-Shine because he was kind of in a slump. And then after the JC battle, I was like, oh, well, I'll fucking kind of give him a little credit. And in this battle, I fucking liked him. I'm not even like, oh, you're fucking trash like you've been. It's just that I think that fucking Mr. Wavy was just a little more polished on the stage, and your bars weren't super crazy enough to overshadow the shit that he was saying, because he had bars too. You were just rapping so fast, you had more of them, and you got all your shit off where Mr. Wavy actually didn't finish one round. So
no, he didn't. But like I said, even still from that. But I'm going off the rounds and what I seen and what I heard, and I just want to, off that second round too, I'm going to edge it to K-Shine. Then we get into the third. Now, the third round, I don't know, people probably say it can go either way too, or depending on what you like. Mr. Wavy had some shit. He had his angles again, and he had his line. He had said some shit about, you gonna see a white nigga with a James Harden. You gonna see a white dude with a James Harden beard. That's a Jewish nigga. Then he said some more shit about the fucking. He did this little fucking game comparison about like the vets being like PS1 and PS2, you know what I'm saying, and fucking Game Boys and shit like that, and
Rage. You see, when I think about these vets, they should be compared to a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. The reason being, because when that was all we had, that experience was classic. And that still may be in their tendency, y'all. That may still be in their tendency, y'all. But all they seem to do is brag about the shit they did in their past and how that's all stored in their memory cards. See, they try to control us. They try to control us with the string.
Fucking controllers with the strings, and he more like a PS4. And you know what I'm saying? They was like, I like that whole thing that he did with that. He did a Call of Duty. He had a nice little Call of Duty scheme in there where he did this, talk some shit like, well, this like Call of Duty and Advanced Warfare. And he did how they RPGs and they rockets and they trying to shoot to the top and shit like that. But like his ending of his round, I feel he lost a little bit of his steam, and I'm pretty sure he even ended his round short. Cause he was about to say something and then he fucked up and then he just said fuck it. So it was like he was doing pretty cool, but then he lost a little bit of his steam in the end and his round kind of ended short. Out of all his other rounds where he didn't get to finish, he didn't get to finish this one because he didn't remember his shit. And then, if you got anything to say about his third round.
I will say something about his third round as a message to the fucking, and I know it's a bunch of you motherfucking battle rappers that watch our show eventually. I don't really like a fucking talk to him round. Nigga, fuck your point. If you got a point to prove, say it in a couple of bars, get the fuck out the way. With the exception of Sue Surf's third and fucking Lux's third, yeah, nigga, don't preach to me. When I see a battle rap, nigga, I want to see niggas talking shit to each other. I want to see a nigga fucking making another nigga feel like shit. If his name is Joseph, call the nigga Josephine. Fucking tell the nigga he got a clitoris. Tell the nigga he pee sitting down. I don't give a fuck. But don't extol the virtues of you being a new nigga and him being an old nigga. And I don't give a fuck about all that. Check your personal issues at the fucking door. This was Mr. Wavy's lightest round, and this is what stopped it from me from being a 3-0. That's what I gotta say about this third round.
K-Shon's, you know what I'm saying? To be real, like K-Shon had some bars in this third round. He talked like, you know what I'm saying? He had some shit in there about a lollipop, a ring pop or some shit, and then he had some shit in there about fucking. He had like this little thing where he went in and out again, and he was just spitting bars hella fast, and he said some shit about George Foreman or George Frazier and Grill Joe, and then he said some shit about like
when he was talking about the nigga and he did all these goddamn Joseph name flips.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
you got the 4 average Joe.
Yeah, so it was
fucking got the call for
that shit was cool. That was alright. It was like I didn't like when he was like, oh yeah, let's play this game, swear to God. I didn't like the swear to God. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I don't know if that nigga was real or.
Alright, but this is when shit get a little tricky. Now, swear to God, when it's war, you don't act like no sissy. You keep your strap like you saying your raps and use your blicky. If it come down to it, nigga, you using your semi. And you don't be running around cars from a nigga named Chizzy. I'm waiting for him to lie. No, I'm waiting for that nigga. I knew you was gonna lie. That's why I bring that nigga with me. Hey, yo, Chizzy.
Yeah, what's up?
If he wasn't real, it ain't like he was on that nigga, like he just chased him or some shit. It just seemed like some shit you did just to do. So I'm giving the third round to Mr. Wavy.
And I'm giving the third round to fucking K-Shon because that bullshit ass talk to him shit. And I I believe that bully was the real bully for a couple of reasons. A, shit happens in the hood every day. Any random thing could have happened. Nigga, you could be fucking 4 foot if you got a fucking gun and I don't. Even if the clip ain't in it, I'm not gonna take the time to find out. And you might chase me around the car. Two, if that wasn't the real bully, then I think K-Shine should have picked a nigga that really looked like a fucking bully. So the fact that the nigga looked like Lil Bow Wow or somebody's cousin, like, I'm like, well, damn, nigga, this must have been really the nigga. Because you would have picked like a real nigga-looking nigga. Like, you should have picked a hard-ass-looking nigga if you was gonna pick some random motherfucker. And the third thing is, fucking Mr. Wavy and all his boys laughed. And I find that a lot of people that are usually tough guys tend to laugh at shit to cover up the truth. So I really do believe that was a nigga. Do I believe it worked with the nigga answering the questions and da-da-da-da-da? It didn't work. But once again, a nigga preaching with a moral and something to say versus a nigga just doing something blatantly to embarrass you, I'm going with the embarrassment. It's a goddamn rap battle. It ain't a goddamn pulpit. So I'm actually gonna give that round to Sean just because I like his more than Mr. Wavy's, but it's more than I dislike Mr. Wavy's third more. So,
well, I got K-Shine 2-1.
I got Mr. Wavy 2-1.
So, what y'all think?
You gotta agree with one of us. Like, unless you think it was a tie, then yeah, if you think it was a tie, leave why in the comments. It's probably as close to a tie as you gonna get, maybe, as far as this rookie versus vet so far. But let us know what you think. It's your nigga fucking Uptown Jackson.
It's your nigga Ice City 519.
Fucking we out.
Peace.